Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Retro Marvel's Lizard, the Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man line. I like the packaging on these. I think they look really good. So, desperate to be whole again, geneticist Kirk Connors injects himself with a regenerative serum derived from reptile DNA, only to find himself transformed into the monstrous lizard. He has a swappable head and swappable hands. He also comes with a couple of test tubes. I think that's cool. It's the 60th anniversary line, I guess. He comes with the tail is not attached. So we're going to open this up and check it out. I just did a review on the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack that came from Hasbro Pulse, so check that out. We're going to compare the size comparisons and see how well these display together, since they're basically both lines that are supposed to look like the cartoon versions more than the realistic looking versions. Maybe the comic book versions. And on these Marvel Legends Retro, I like the packaging, but they have like this double cardboard thing going on. And I usually, when I open these bubbles using the method I use, where I just try to get as close as I can to the card and cut the bubble off, they don't want to cooperate. I usually end up cutting off pieces of that top layer of card. But underneath is, I never have disassembled one of these, but I guess it's glued on there pretty hard. I was going to say underneath should be the same thing. It'd be nice if you could take the outer one off and still had the card without the insert. But it still looks pretty good though, even though it has a couple of places. But I usually end up doing that on these, getting a little bit of the paper messed up on the card, just because of the way I can't get smooth to that card because there's too much thickness, I guess. Okay, so we're going to set that over here. He fell over. Let me fix him back real quick. All right. I'm going to put all my garbage in this tray here. All right, has a little insert like a lot of the Hasbro figures have. I'll tell you what I do with these. I recycle them just like I do the plastic that Hasbro can't trust me with to recycle on my own. So, but this one's not plastic free, so at least there's that. All right. Again, sorry about the crunching noise. Not much I can do about opening these otherwise. All right. We've open it all up and take everything out, and then we'll go from there. And like I said, I don't keep the plastic, but it's a #1 plastic. You can recycle it with your Coke bottle, so that's what I do. Alrighty, so here we have him. And he's pretty well articulated too. He has the double jointed elbows. So all these figures are very posable, and you can do so many different poses with them. And he has his purple Incredible Hulk blue jeans on. So he must shop at the same place Bruce Banner does. I don't know where you find purple pants, but they always end up getting torn when you're green and transform. I guess purple and ragged pants go good with green. Okay, so on the back, you have this little place where his tail goes. So we're going to stick that on. And it snaps on pretty good. And you can snap it back off pretty easily too. So that's good. Gives you options. The coat is a good thickness material. It is very flexible, but it's thick enough that it doesn't mess up. I like the texture of this, whatever type material they used to make that with. I wish they used that thickness of plastic, whatever type of plastic this is, on other figures like the Star Wars Black Series, because you can actually have him, let's pop his tail off, you could actually have him sit with that. It's not so hard that he can't sit down with the white plastic underneath him. It's not vinyl, but it almost bends as good as the Star Wars Kenner figures with their vinyl capes. So I like that. Hasbro, make note. Use that more. If it holds up. It might be a new experimental plastic. I don't know. But if it doesn't deteriorate or turn yellow or something, I like that. Okay. Let's see what we can do with him here. He has his tail. The tail is bendable. You see the holes? It has a wire in it, so you can bend it in different positions. It's not super good at staying in the position you bend it in, but you know, it's about like your typical bendable figures. Okay. He's got some pretty cool feet there. And he comes with his test tubes, which he doesn't really hold very good. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's check this hand out. That's the hand for holding the test tubes. And the hands have some bend elasticity to them. All right. So he can be drinking his stuff there. And I guess you could probably have him holding one like that in the foot. If you pose it just right and balance it just right. All right. I like this figure. I think it's a good figure. See if I can bend his tail to make him stand better. All right. I think a nice figure. I like it. And he has two other hands. He has the two. He comes with the two that's outstretched. And then he has the one that can grip something. And then he has the one that's a right-handed fist. The one that can hold something's the left hand. I wish he had two hands that could hold something, but this one actually, I'm turning it pretty good and it stays on there pretty good. So you could actually set him up holding one like that pretty easily. All right, we're going to switch the head out and we'll be done. So let's set this aside for a minute. Pop this off. Put the other one on. All right. And his head, his neck bends at the chest and it also bends at the head. So you can make him kind of look like he's jutting his head out, kind of like in a more lizard type fashion. Or you can have his neck straight up and make him look more, you know, erect, like a human person. Now this jaw doesn't have any hinge on it. It's pretty much fixed. This one looks like it has a hinge almost, but you can't close it because of that tongue. So, but it almost looks like, I want to say like the Bossk Black Series his jaw looks kind of like that same reptilian looking thing. And his mouth doesn't seem to want to close. So I don't know if it's just I'm getting off camera here. I don't know if that's just the way they put it together. It makes it look like it's supposed to open and close. But obviously this one's not. So it makes me wonder if the one on Bosch isn't designed to open and close. Because I was trying to open it, get it to stay closed the other day, and I could not. And I think maybe it's not meant to be now. Let's see this one. All right, so you can make him be licking the bottle here, yes. And I want to do, I'm going to do a series of videos called Grown Ups Playing with Toys. And actually do some, like, you know, little role play stuff, some dialogue, and make a little storyline or something. But I have a friend that will get to help me come up with a little storyline, but that's down the road. But use some sets and everything, make it look like a little animated action figure movie or something, I guess. So that's something I want to try later, but I have a lot of ideas for other things I want to try once I get the channel up and running good. So keep tuning in. Please subscribe and check out my other videos. Check out the video where I just reviewed the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack. Oh, and I was going to compare those. So this is what I was showing in that video. This is the Spider-Man from the same line as this Lizard. And also the Green Goblins from that same line. So here's the scale on these. So I wanted to see the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends Spider-Man was just slightly smaller, but I think he still poses pretty. I think he goes along pretty good with these. Lizard's a pretty big guy. Spider-Man's supposed to be like a college-age kid in that show, I think. So he would be a smaller kid, kind of out of high school maybe. So I think they work with it. So pretty much any of your Marvel Legends would be close enough to scale, I think, to work with these. So, all right. I said in the other video when I opened this one, I would compare because we were talking about the size in that video. So, so please subscribe, check back often, and thanks for watching.